Hello, good day, and welcome once again to Just for Girls. This is Girls Alive Counseling Initiatives. In the last episode, we talked about early adolescence as part of the need for us to understand our sexualities as girls. Today, we are continuing in that same episode of understanding your sexuality as you look at the characteristics that you have as a girl, characteristics that you develop as a girl, changes that occur, that happen in you as a girl, during adolescence, what we call the middle adolescent stage. The last episode, we talked about the changes that take place, physical changes that begin to occur in your body and all that. And in this second stage, usually it's between the ages 13 to 16, mid-adolescence, 14 to 16 in some instances. You have developed a lot more. That tiny girl that was looking like number one now has a shape. She has a figure. She has developed breasts. She wears a bra. By this middle adolescence, under normal condition for most girls, they have started having their periods, their monthly periods, their cycle has begun and it's more established now. So all these changes have taken place. You have developed a little bigger hips, in that region. And so changes have begun to take place. The female hormones are now in full force in your body. In the second adolescent stage, it's a very, very critical period in the lives of many girls. Why did I say so? Now there's that self-awareness. You know yourself better. You recognize yourself better. You are more conscious of yourself and not just yourself only. In fact, you are now more conscious of the opposite sex. Girls around that age, that middle adolescence, that's why if you are going on and you see some guys in a place, you are conscious that they are there. You are conscious of your looks. You are more conscious of your looks at this stage. In the early adolescence, as possibly a GS1 or GS2 girl, you didn't care how your uniform appeared on you. You didn't care how you looked. You are just going, you are just walking. But by the time you get to middle adolescence, you are much more concerned about your looks. You are much more concerned about how people see you, how they view you. And like I said, it's a very critical period. It's very critical because at this stage, you now begin to have what we call sexual feelings as a girl. They have sexual feelings for the opposite sex. The same thing happens to the boys, to the guys. They now become more conscious. They are more conscious, they are more aware of girls. They are more conscious of the opposite sex. You are more conscious of the opposite sex, of your look, of how. So many times, the way you are rated, the way you are seen, matters a lot. The way people see you or the way they define you matters a lot. And that's why some girls feel so bad because of the rating of others, the way people rate them, because they are more conscious of themselves now. They are more sexually conscious. They are more sexually aware than you used to be as a younger adolescent or even as a younger child. Now you are much more conscious and it's very, very sensitive because by nature, girls respond to touch. And this is the season you must be very conscious of yourself. Touch in the sense that it may be a physical touch. It may be a word touch. Maybe just one guy tells you, oh, you're looking so beautiful, and you discover you are not able to sleep because of that. You are fantasizing because of that. Or you saw somebody that complimented your looks, and then you are out of this world. You're on the moon because of that. So you have become more sexually conscious, sexually aware of yourself. But there's a need to be careful because that is the period when some girls are swept off their feet by sweet talks, by compliments, by touches. I advise girls, avoid touches because by the way you are wired, you respond more to touches. Either physical touch, a guy hugs you, a guy embraces you, a guy touches your sexual part. It can send some signals around your body. And this is very important to take note of and be careful of, that you don't allow touches that can move you out of your senses. That is the time that girls easily succumb. They succumb to touch, they succumb to words of affirmation from boys or from guys. And then because you want to prove yourself, it might lead you into what you do not intend or what you did not plan for yourself. So this sexual awareness is more, the hormones are in full force in you, you have sexual feelings more, and then you need to be very careful. There's a need for you to package yourself and place a value on yourself as a girl. As a girl, you see, there's a honor on you, natural honor that God has put there. But place a value on yourself. Place that honor on yourself and don't allow yourself to be exploited. This is the season when many girls are exploited because somebody has spoken to you and you are carried away by fantasy and all that. So it's good to pay attention to yourself and place some dignity on yourself, that you are not for anybody to toy with. You are not a commodity. You are not a sex object. You are not something that anybody can just tamper with anyhow, because there's a future ahead of you. This is the time I will want you to concentrate on the future ahead of you and don't allow anybody to tamper with your present that can affect your future. So until I come your way again in the next episode, continue to be that graceful princess. Carry yourself with dignity. Place value on yourself. Place a value on your body, on your sexual parts. It's not for anybody to toy with. It's not for anybody to exploit. And then you will see yourself living out gracefully as God has ordained it to be. Until I come your way again in the next episode, I commend you to the grace of God. Continue to live gracefully. God bless you.
I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm blessed. Oh, I'm blessed. From the rising of the sun to the going